Let's launch Eclipse. Okay, so we have week 6, lab 1 from last time. Okay, so let's create a new class over there. File, new class. I think the name should be, let's see what the name should be from your instruction. It should be report string occurrences. Okay, let's do that. Report string occurrences. Okay, and then with a main method. Okay, let's now do the scanner. Okay, scanner. Okay, scanner here. Input is assigned to new scanner system.in. Okay, and then I'm gonna say system.out.println. So the user is gonna say, I believe, enter a string, right? Enter a string or exit. Okay, and then string answer is assigned to input dot next line. Okay, and then we want to say, what does it really mean when the user wants to continue if it is not exit, right? Let's do this. Boolean user wants to continue is assigned to true. So while the user wants to continue, we're going to keep doing this. So we're going to say enter string or exit, right? Okay, after this, we're going to say if the answer, let's say this. User wants to continue is assigned to if the answer dot equals exit. Now here comes the critical point. If the answer is exit, that means they do not want to continue, right? So that's why you should put a negation here. If it is exit, then answer that equals exit would be true. That means we should set user wants to continue to be false. Okay, that's kind of the logic here. We have done that already. So now after this, we can say if the user really want to continue, then we should really store the string into the array. Otherwise, we don't store the exit, right? If they want to continue, okay. And remember from the instruction here, we say that the assumption is you can assume that the maximum number of strings will be 10. Okay, so let's do that. String array, let's do that properly. Final integer, the maximum size of the array will be 10. Okay, and string array, strings, new string array, and then the maximum size. Okay, like that. Okay, so now over here, we can also have a loop counter to help us. We can say integer, exactly this count 1 over here. It's going to tell us where to store and how many we have. Okay. Count 1, initially 0. And first of all, we're going to do count 1 plus plus. And also, we're going to store the value of the string. You can say strings at position count 1 is assigned to answer. Right? So this kind of thing we have done already. So nothing new. Yeah, not yet. We haven't reached this part yet. We haven't. We're only trying to reach string from the user. Okay? So I think this part will do. Okay? So let me just test that very quickly to make sure it's working before I move on. Okay? You can say done reading strings. Okay? I'm going to put a breakpoint over here. Okay? I'm going to try. Go to debugger here. What about I just try Alan, Mark, and Tom. Exit. Now I'm in the debugger here. And I can go to the variables panel over here. If you go to variables, you will see that in the strings, I do have, we can see that's not exactly right. So it's now Alan Mark. Okay, so that's quite right. I'll fix that. That's because I should really do this later. Okay? Because there are many things that might go wrong, so you just gotta try and see what's going on there. So it's always good to run a debugger to see. Okay? Let's try again. This time, hopefully it's gonna work. Alan, Mark, and Tom. Exit. So now we'll see that over here in the variables. In the variables here, you'll see strings, and I have Alan, Mark, and Tom, right? And the count will be simply just 3. 3 strings so far. Okay, so far so good. Now I can move on to these. Okay, and of course the length of these two arrays will just be count 1. That's going to be the size. Okay. Let's do that. And now let me just go back to Java mode. Okay, so you can comment this out. So that's for debugging only. So now we're going to create 2 arrays. Okay, the first one, I'm going to call that string array unique strings. It's assigned to new string array of size count 1. That's a maximum number of unique strings you can get, given that you have entered so many strings. Or you can actually do this. You entered this many strings. Okay, that's why you can. That's a part of the report. And now we got 2 arrays. Another one will be integer occurrences. New integer also count 1. Okay, 2 arrays. And now here comes the difficult bit, right? And when I explain it before, it's easy to understand. You're going to go from left to right on this array. Every time when you see a particular name, you're going to search to see if the element is really in here and do something about it, right? So we need some nested loop, basically. Okay, let's do it together. Okay. I'll document that. I will say go scan from left to right in strings array. Check if each element is in the unique strings. Okay, something like that. Okay, I will do more actions than that. Okay. So now let's first of all, how do we go from left to right? We can say for integer I is equal to 0, I less than. Now the upper bound, be careful. Let me put something that's wrong. Okay. It's gonna be strings dot length. You can see this will be wrong because if I say strings dot length, it will always give me 10, right? But I don't want it to be 10. In this case, I have only read 7 strings. I should only go up to here and stop, right? That's a very common mistake. So I would say, do not write this. That's something you don't want to write. Sorry. Okay. So what should we do? What we should do is I less than count 1. That's very important. Okay. Now we're gonna go from left to right, and now let me say string s. Okay, is assigned to the string array at position I. So that's the current string I'm looking at. For example, s can be Alan if the loop counter I is 0. S can be Mark if the loop counter is 1, right, etc. Okay. Let's go there one by one. So now, this is what we're gonna do. Check if s already exists in the unique strings. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. How do we check if a string exists in another array? We need another loop. That's why it's a nested loop. Okay, let's try to do this. Okay, So now I would say this. We simply want to check. Let's say S exists in, I'll just say S exists, okay? It's a Boolean. Initially, let's say it does not exist. As soon as I find out it does exist, I'll exit from the loop. Okay. Okay. For integer, so basically, for example, let's say, I'll put it here. One example here. If I is equal to 1, for example, that means S will be strings at position 1, which is mark. In this case, I'm going to see if mark exists in this array over here, right? I'm going to see that. How do I do that? So, for integer, let's say j, a different loop counter, okay? J less than something. I'll put this something in just a moment, okay? And j plus plus. And then I'm going to say S exists is assigned to if the unique strings at position j, okay, that's an element, right? Dot equals S. That's one way to write it. I'll show you a slightly maybe easier way for you to understand. Or you can say this. You can say string T is assigned to unique string. That's the current one we're looking at. And then we can say S exists will be T dot equals S. That's equivalence. Okay? It's up to you which one you like. Doesn't matter. Okay, the idea is as soon as the string exists becomes true, we should exit from the loop. That's the idea. As soon as it becomes true. How do we do that? As soon as it becomes true, so now we say we're going to stay in the loop if j is less than something and we have not found the string yet. So I say not the case that the S exists. Okay. So initially you can see it's actually false over here, right? It is false. So negation of that would be true. Okay. So now we also need to count 2 over here to actually help us to know how many elements we have there. Okay. Count 2. But I'm going to do this. Integer. Okay. So count 2 over here is going to record how many strings we actually already store in this array over here. Okay. So I'm just going to declare it in a proper place. It's going to be here. Integer count 2. It's quite a sophisticated program, but that's something I want to give you as a case study, right? So just want to give you a solution today. You can study that. Okay, count 2 over here. So now what should we do further? Okay. What's wrong with j here? Let me see. J is assigned to be 0 over here. And j less than count 2, and then also, as soon as this becomes true, he's going to cause that to exit. Okay, good. Okay. One more thing to say. One more thing. We want to make sure when we actually scan through this array over here, as after we exit, we will know where the string is, right? For example, if we are trying to check Alan, if Alan is actually there, we want to know where Alan is, which means we can update the corresponding position. If, for example, if Alan is not there, then we should know where to store Alan. Okay, that's kind of the thing. Okay, let's say this. So now let me say this. Integer position, which is 0. Okay? Position here. If we have already found it, and we can simply assign position to be the current value of j. Okay? I can do some illustration to you at the end, but for some, this kind of sophisticated, I'll just do that for now. Okay? So now I'm going to scan through from left to right until count 2. As soon as you find out it's actually that particular position that comes out straight you like, you can actually do that. Okay. After this, I'm going to do this. Okay, after this loop. So now there are 2 cases to handle. Let me just imagine that if we got another string over here. Case number 1. If I have another string here, for example, if I have Simon. Simon does not exist in this array over here. So that means we're going to store Simon over there and put the corresponding position to be 1. That's case number 1. Case number 2. If this string is actually Alan, again, that'll be a different story. Because if Alan is here, then we know that we don't have to replace this string by Alan. We can just update the corresponding number by 1, to increment that by 1. Okay? So there are 2 cases to handle. Okay? Let's do that using a selection. After this, we say if the string exists, then we do something. Otherwise, we do something else. If that exists, what we should do is we have to say, so we have to go to the corresponding position. Let's say Alan here. Go to the corresponding slot in the other array. Update the number by incrementing by 1. Okay, that's what we should do. Okay, so this is what we should do. We should go to occurrences at position plus plus. Okay, so if you have this, what is that? If you have, maybe I can put it. So this simply means occurrences at position is assigned to occurrences at position plus 1. But as we said before, if you got this part here and this part the same, you can say plus plus, right? That's what we said before. That's why you can say plus plus. Okay? If it does not exist, then what we should do is this. Okay? If it does not exist, then we should actually put that into a new position, right? Let me say, if it was Simon over here, then we should really increment the counter and then put it in a new place and put Simon here. And this is what we should do. And we should really do Simon here and then put 1 here, right? But this value here would be just count 2. So that's what we should do. We should do 2 things with a unique strings at count 2. It's assigned to that string, and then unique strings at position count 2. Oh, sorry, not unique. Occurrences is initialized to be 1. I think I made some typo there. Okay. I wouldn't expect you to understand fully just right now, but I'll make the source code available to you. You should really try to look at that more carefully. Right? It's quite a sophisticated problem. It's not easy. Okay, so now, what should we do? I would suggest the following. Let me pause just for about 2 or 3 minutes. Organize your thoughts a little bit. We'll just continue in 2 or 3 minutes. Okay. Meanwhile, I'll check my program to make sure it really works. Okay, and fix anything quickly. Okay, take a 2 or 3 minutes, and then the TA will help you if you got any questions.